On this week's episode of Theme Park Worldwide, the show, I'm going to be talking to you all about the different parks I've experienced so far on our Europe mega trip. Yes, that's right, we're halfway in now to a fantastic trip throughout Germany, the Netherlands, and of course Belgium, as we experience some fantastic theme parks all throughout Europe. I'm going to be talking to you about those and some of our favourite rides so far on the trip. Along with that, I'm going to be answering 4 more questions in Ask Me Anything, showing some merchandise I've purchased so far on the trip, and of course, reading out any photos you've had sent in for Interact With Me. I'm Shawn Sanbrooke, this is Theme Park Worldwide, the show, and this is our on-location caravan. That means it's time to cue those titles. And as always, a very warm welcome to this week's episode of the show here from the Netherlands. Now you might be thinking, hang on a minute, where is Shawn? Well, I'm actually in a caravan, like I say, and I've made a little makeshift world of theme parks here. It might not feature 350 mugs, it's only got 10 at the moment, but hopefully that's something that's going to keep growing throughout the trip. And in Merch Paradise a little later on, I'm going to talk to you all about the different mugs that I've already purchased from the trip so far. We're having an absolutely fantastic time out here, and you might be thinking, Shawn looks a bit hot. Well, I know I do anyway, but in terms of the heat, obviously it is really, really warm in this caravan. It's literally been 27 degrees today, and when the show was filmed back on Monday, we just spent the day at Movie Park Germany, where we had a fantastic time, and I'm going to talk to you all about the 4 different parks that I've experienced so far in News Off the Rails. So we arrived over in Europe on Friday, and our first park of the trip was Plopsaland. Now, Plopsaland was a park that I wanted to do for a good few years, especially since they installed the Nubis the Ride. We turned up at Nubis the Ride, which is a Gerstlauer coaster featuring an LSM launch, and we thought, wow, this is absolutely stunning. As soon as you exit the station, it's straight into that launch, and wow, the force really hits you. It's a fantastic ride with some fantastic inversions and some really good elements on it as well. The theming of that ride was also fantastic, and that's something that continued throughout the whole of Plopsaland. What I really liked about that park was the magical sort of feel about it. And as you were walking around, there was some really nice audio playing. It was very well finished off, and like I say, we saw some really good theme rides. And like I say, we managed to get all of the coaster credits apart from one, and that was the Bat Flyer. So like I say, you're going to enjoy the vlog from that one when it does come online later in the week here on the show. So obviously at the end of the day, the internet over here hasn't been that good, but I've been trying my best to get the videos on while I've been out here. However, at the moment I've not managed to get a vlog on as of Wednesday, but hopefully later on in the week we will have our first vlog on from Plopsaland, and if not, next week all the different vlogs will be coming online from the trip, which will be a total of 7 vlogs. Day number 2, we went to Walibi, Belgium. Like I say, Walibi, Belgium was a part that I wanted to do mainly for 2 rides, and that was Pulsar, which was their brand new Mac Power Splash that actually opened on the day we was there. I mean, how about that? We literally turned up on the opening day, which was fantastic. Unfortunately, the ride did close at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but we still managed to get 4 rides on it, which was really good. It was absolutely fantastic, a really good ride, some great forces, and the airtime was incredible as well. Obviously, it features the launches, but it doesn't actually get you wet until the final drop. This is because the actual bottom of the trough only fills with water once it launches you backwards for that sort of last time, and then bam, you come straight down, water fills up, and you get pretty wet on that one, but it was great. Another ride that I loved there was Psych Underground, which was a Schwarzkopf shuttle loop. I knew about that for years. I wanted to go and ride it. It got rethemed a few years ago to have all the different new bits of effects on there, lighting and audio. And yeah, overall, it was a good ride. In terms of other rides at the park, there wasn't anything that special. Loup Garou, the wooden coaster, was okay. I quite enjoyed that. But the actual park itself, I didn't think was very nice. It definitely needed some improvements to the actual park in terms of the layouts, and also it looked a bit shabby in places as well. But again, that vlog will be online next week. A full vlog. Every vlog so far has been way over an hour, so you're in for a treat, guys, next week. Get your takeaways ordered and get ready for some vlog action, because you're all going to love it. Day 3, as in Sunday, we went to Walibi Holland. The park, this is the main part that I wanted to go and do really this trip. Never been there before. two standout rides. Of course, it was the brand new Mack Big Dipper concept, which is a brand new prototype ride known as Lost Gravity. We went on that and it was absolutely stunning. And also we checked out Goliath, which is an intimate mega coaster. It opened back in 2002 and I wanted to ride it for years, mainly due to seeing it in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. But yeah, it didn't look, it was absolutely amazing. It lived up to expectations. I wouldn't say Goliath exceeded expectations, but it lived up to it. Full of airtime. It was an airtime machine. Absolutely fantastic, along with Lost Gravity, which was my favourite coaster at the park. It might only have two inversions, but what made that so special is the first drop. Oh my god, the first drop was amazing. And like I say, when you see the vlog from that, you're going to really enjoy that one. Every vlog that we filmed so far this week has got so much interaction, so much fun. All of them have got on-ride footage, and you're really going to enjoy the content. Finally today, we've just come back literally about an hour ago from Movie Park Germany. Movie Park Germany was a part that I wasn't really that excited about. I'd heard about the stunt show being good and I'd heard about Van Helsing's factory being good. Both of those were absolutely stunning, but there was also some really good little gems throughout that park. The Rapids ride was great, and we had a really crazy water ride, like a shoot the chute style ride. However, we thought it would just go straight into this mountain, turn around and come down the drop, but what it actually did was go into a massive dark ride scene, alien encounter. So fantastic, it was really, really good. We also rode a decent SLC. I forgot to mention actually, the day before at Belgium, we rode the worst SLC, Holland, sorry. We rode the worst SLC, and then we went to ride one of the better ones today, which wasn't too bad at all. In terms of the rest of the park, the drop tower was good, the Vacomas were good, and it was overall a really nice park with some great entertainment, really good parade, and the vlog is absolutely fantastic. Van Helsing's factory then, well, what a fantastic ride. Gerstlauer bobsleigh coaster that opened back in 2011. And me and Joe from the vlogs, we literally rode that nearly 20 times. And towards the end, they actually let us sit on for 11 rides, I think it was. Absolutely crazy, and a big shout out to the staff there. You were all fantastic today, and we had a really, really good time. What a brilliant coaster. The theming, the atmosphere in there, the animatronics, the effects, and it's even got a mist screen just at the end before we come into the brake run. It's got like a mist projection screen, and we thought that was a really nice feature. Such a fast ride, and it might only be a family coaster, but it was really packed a punch, and I would say that is my favourite coaster of the trip so far. The standout rides then out of the 4 parks I've done so far have got to be Goliath, Lost Gravity, and Van Helsing's factory. Those rides are the 3 top ones for me so far. Still got Toverland to go. You might have seen yesterday on Tuesday where we actually did live updates from Toverland, but obviously as I'm filming this now, the day before Toverland, them updates have gone on, but I've not yet been there. If that makes any sense. So I'll talk all about that in the vlogs next week, and of course in next week's episode of the show when I'm back home. What have we got left to do now on this trip? Obviously Toverland, which I'm doing tomorrow as of yesterday. God, this is so confusing. And then also we're going to be at Efteling and Phantasialand. You might have heard the news about Taron and Rake, the 2 brand new rides opening at Phantasialand. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to ride them this trip, but luckily some exclusive news for you now. Obviously I'm going to be coming back out here to Phantasialand in a few weeks time for the opening day of Taron. I'm literally about to book my flights up tonight, and I'm going to be here on the opening day of Taron for you guys. I'm not sure which of the vlog stars, if any, are going to be with me, but I'm going to be there on June the 30th, so in a few weeks time, for the opening of the brand new Intamin launch coaster and the Vekoma family boomerang. I can't wait to give it a go, and like I say, we'll have a look at the construction this week and then go and ride it in a few weeks time. So it's going to be, good fun, and I'm going to have to get back out here. I can't miss out on that. It's the biggest ride of 2016. So there we go. That is all the updates so far. Like I say, vlogs will be online soon, so bear with me on that due to poor internet. But I did manage to get a couple of POVs online of both Pulsar and Lost Gravity, so make sure you check those out here on the channel. Right then, it's now time for a little look at what I've bought so far on this trip in Merch Paradise. So yes, it is time for Merch Paradise, and I've got 10 mugs to show you so far. I'm going to start with this one of my favourites. Look at this. This is actually from Van Helsing's factory. Look at the handle on that. It's like a bat. You got the two wings coming on the back there. That's a really good one. Two wings on the back. It's like a wing rider. We've got this one from the Bandit. Look at that nice 2D mug there from the wooden coaster. That actually wasn't too bad. You're all thinking, what? But it wasn't actually too bad at all. I love Wallaby. That's quite a good one there. Enjoyed that one. And then you got this one, MP Express from the SLC that we did today at Movie Park. Talking of Movie Park and mugs, I was so in shock with how many mugs there was. In fact, look at this photo. Look at that. That there is how many mugs there was on sale, and there was even more in the park. That's me with all those mugs, and I was out of this world. So make sure you follow us on Twitter at ThemeParkWW and like us on Facebook by searching Theme Park Worldwide for all of the updates while we're actually at the parks. And then you'd have seen that lovely picture of me with a mug. But yeah, look at that Movie Park Germany mug. That's a good one. Another one here since 1996. I'm enjoying that one. There we go. You got this one here from Plopsaland, the only mug they actually did at Plopsaland. There we go. We didn't get on Heidi the Ride either, which is the new GCI coaster, unfortunately. But I'll be back to do that in the coming years, I'm sure. And finally, this one from Lost Gravity. What can you notice strange about that mug, guys? Yes, I am holding the right way up. What is actually done with this? The handle is upside down, look. So when you try and drink out of this, you'll drink out of it that way. That new look's even got the price sticker still on. So that's a really good mug. That one there and the one from Van Helsing's factory. Definitely my favourite mug so far. In next week's Merch Paradise, we'll have a little look at all the other merchandise that I bought whilst we were on the mega trip.
Questions, questions, questions everywhere.
So it's time for Ask Me Anything, the part of the show where you get to send in your questions for me to answer, and then Charlotte, the Theme Park Worldwide admin, will pick 4 questions out each week and I'll answer them here on the show. First question is coming from Matthew Pyle, who's asked, what is your favourite lift hill climb? My favourite lift hill climb that I've done, it's got to be the Swarm at Thorpe Park. You got a fantastic view over the whole of the park. You can see Heathrow from there as well. Loving a bit of aviation. I quite enjoyed that. Some fantastic views of Stealth, which is just next to it as well. If you do that lift hill climb though, make sure you do it on the right hand side and not the left, so you get a fantastic view of the rest of the park. Thanks for your question. Josh Ward has asked, do you think Mako at SeaWorld will beat Shambhala? Now, as you know, I like to ride the coaster before I make the judgment. However, looking at the elements of Mako, I do think that Shambhala will still remain my number one. I love the look of Mako, but the fact it goes into a massive hammerhead turn instead of a massive airtime hill sort of puts me off a little bit in terms of thinking it's going to be better than Shambhala. However, I could be blown away. The theming looks stunning, the mini area looks great, and I can't wait to give it a go this September with Chris from the vlogs, and it's going to be fantastic. So thank you for your question there, Josh. Ben Kendall has asked, do you think Oblivion at Alton Towers should be fitted with floorless trains? Now, I like floorless coasters, but I think it's a bit of a gimmick. And I think with Oblivion being the prototype dive coaster that opened in 1998, that it should stay exactly as it is. I think it's fine as it is. Floorless isn't really needed. Yes, the likes of Crake, and Oblivion the Black Hole, it is good having the floorless trains, but I don't think it's a necessity. And I think Oblivion is a really good ride for what it is. So thank you there for your question, Ben. Finally, Ash has asked, any tips on how to get over a fear of roller coasters? First off, don't let it put you off. I mean, roller coasters are absolutely amazing. Don't look at it and think, oh, it looks big, it looks steep, goes upside down 14 times, I'm not going to ride it. The key is, get on that ride, don't hold the handlebars, don't hold the restraints, arms in the air like you just don't care. Go out there and enjoy the coaster. At the end of the day, these rides are absolutely fantastic. You only live once, go and make the most of it, and that is my advice. Also, don't close your eyes when you go up a lift hill. Open your eyes, let your body feel aware of what elements are coming up. You think, right, I can brace myself now for some airtime, I can brace myself for an inversion, and then you'll enjoy the ride a lot more. So thank you very much for your question, Ash, and I hope you get over your fear of roller coasters soon. Thank you all for watching Theme Park Worldwide, and if you've got any questions you want to send in, all you need to do is email them in. It's ask@themeparkworldwide.co.uk. There it is, just by the mugs. It's ask@themeparkworldwide.co.uk, and Charlotte will pick 4 more questions for me to answer in next week's episode of the show. So as we always end each episode of the show, it is time for the final section, and that is Interact with Me. Let's have a little look then at what you guys have sent in for me this week. James Palmer has had a photo there with me, so thank you for your photo. I've also had 3 more people who've had pictures with me throughout the past couple of weeks. First off, you got Bully Middleton, you got Jake Penrose, and also Fifian. There you go, and thank you for having pictures with me. Like I say, if you do ever want to see me for a picture, make sure you stop me, send it in, and it'll be here on the week's episode of the show. Other photos then this week, you've got Jay, who had a photo on Main Street USA at Disneyland Paris, Kyle with a Swarm on Ride photo from Thorpe Park, Anna Curtis, her 4-year-old daughter Ruby, on her first ever drop tower. Oh, I hope you enjoyed it. I love my drop towers. Thanks for sharing it. Next up, you got Luke Whitcomb with a big one on ride photo keyring. So thanks for sharing that. Jake Foster and his dad at Drayton Manor. So thank you very much for sharing that. You got Shawn with a Shambhala drawing. 2 things awesome about this. Your name's Shawn and it's Shambhala. There you go. So thank you very much for sharing that with me on the show. You've done a really good job of your drawing there. Lloyd, outside Goosebumps Alive, a fantastic scare attraction / theatrical walkthrough that was in London. I loved that when we did it the other week. Check out the London vlog if you've not seen my review. You've also got Jake Benson with a Robin Hood on-ride photo, so thank you for sending that in to me. Jamie Stockwell with the Saw on-ride photo. You got Ava Butler with a Flight of the Pterosaur on-ride photo from the brand new Lost Kingdom at Paultons Park. Again, it's a fantastic area. Check out the vlog here on the channel if you've not yet seen it. Oscar Hassel with a Stealth on-ride photo. People have also sent in some great merchandise then this week. Matthew Wakefield with some Europa Park merch. You got some really good stuff there. Keep it up, you'll have a mini caravan of theme parks. Tibor has got a fantastic merchandise selection again, so thank you for that. James Palmer has got a Smiler paperweight. Loving that there. I've got one of those back at the actual World of Theme Parks as well. Adam Heath has got some merch from Mako. I am very jealous that you've got this merchandise, but hopefully I'll be getting my hands on that when I'm out there in September. As if it's not all sold out, hopefully I'll get some of that. Also, you got some shout outs then this week to Chloe Cameron and Lily, Anthony Winkworth, Kelvin Foster. Happy 6th birthday to Billy. Hi Billy, thank you for watching the show. Happy 13th birthday to Roxanne. Hi Roxanne, have a great birthday. And finally, happy birthday to David Weir. Thank you very much for watching this week's On Location of the show. If you've got any Interact items for next week, you can email them in. It's interact@themeparkworldwide.co.uk on email. There it is by the mugs. And also you can send them in on a private message on the Theme Park Worldwide Facebook page. Make sure you drop us a like while we're there. We've always got competitions, live updates and various other things throughout the days on our page. Hope you've enjoyed this week's episode of the show. The vlogs are to come next week, and from me with a very tired voice and very, very hot, that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later, guys. Have an awesome week.